with your Storm Team weather. Here's Chief Meteorologist Josh Johns.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're in the triple digits today, but it looks like we have some rain chances on the way.
We do have some really good rain chances on the way, Mariah. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but first take a look at your time lapse. As it's looking off to the west from downtown San Angelo. We saw those temperatures getting up into the triple digits once again today, getting up to about 100 degrees at Mathesfield. Some other places in the Concho Valley got a little bit warmer out there, climbing up to 101 near Murchison. All we saw, though, were these puffy cumulus clouds that just couldn't get up, couldn't turn into any rain showers. That's going to change maybe as early as tomorrow. Hot and dry start to the week, though, with the dry air, the temperatures in the triple digits, and that means we're going to have fire danger for the next few days with that light breeze. Rain chances are returning along with cooler air. That's some great news that we'll talk about a little bit later. 100 degrees right now in San Angelo. It's 93 in Amarillo, 97 in Midland, 99 Dallas, Fort Worth, and Waco. A little bit cooler off in southeast Texas where they're dealing with some rain. Mainly across the Concho Valley, still dealing with those mid to upper 90s. A little bit cooler down along the I-10 corridor, sitting at 95 in Sonora and 100 right now in Robert Lee. Now, we've had those dew points climbing back up, starting to see them get up towards the 60s, towards Menard and Junction. That's ahead of our next storm system, and that's helping to prime the atmosphere, get a little bit more humid, and that'll eventually translate over into some showers. You can thank those south winds for bringing in that more moisture. Still dealing with the south winds blowing at about 10 to 15 miles per hour, 8 miles there in Eden, 13 miles per hour in Sterling City. Look across the state. Got a few showers down here in southeast Texas where they're getting on some good rain right now north of Houston, running up the I-45 corridor. That's actually associated with a tropical low pressure system. It won't bring us rain. It'll dive off to the southeast towards Mexico. But what we'll be watching is this next cold front, because it's going to come to the south and start to stall out to our north as we get into Thursday and also into Friday. Right now, sitting up there in the panhandle and bringing some severe weather up towards Colorado. But it's in the upper levels that we're really watching things. This is your water vapor imagery, and it's this little system right here coming over Idaho that far away is going to bring in our rain chances as we head towards the weekend. Our high pressure is going to continue backing off to the west. This is what brought us all the heat. It's what's bringing all the heat to western portions of the country right now towards California, like that story you saw a little bit earlier. But as it backs off to the west, it's going to allow some of this atmospheric energy in the upper levels of the atmosphere to move down to the south and kind of camp out in our area, eventually cutting off. This is what we call a cutoff low. And when we see these this time of year, that usually means good rain chances. The problem is there's a lot of uncertainty as to where it exactly cuts off, and as such, a little bit of uncertainty as to how much rainfall we get. So here's scenario one. This is the model I just showed you. If the upper level low cuts off near the state line, that means heavier rain off to the north, closer to 1 inch widespread for the Concho Valley. No one's going to complain about an inch here. We really need the rain, but the better scenario is in the GFS model, where this low would cut off closer to the Cap Rock. That puts the heaviest rain in the Concho Valley, widespread 2 to 3 inch totals, and isolated 5 to 6 inch totals at times, especially just off to our east. So here's the rain chances I have right now. We've got a 20% chance tomorrow, going to 30% chance on Thursday, up towards likely to scattered Friday at a 40% chance, getting up to 50% on Saturday and 60% on Sunday. Sunday right now looks like the wettest day. That's the chance right now. That may change as we look at the models over the next few days. If scenario 2 looks a little bit more likely, we'd be upping that to 70 to 80% rainfall chances, so something to stay tuned. Tonight, no issues. We're going to drop down to 75 degrees, mainly clear with winds out of the south at 10 miles per hour. For your Wednesday, climbing up to 100, mainly sunny with an afternoon storm possible along that front. It's going to be closer to the big country where the better rain chances are, but I can't rule it out if you're watching us from, say, Coke County over towards Sterling County. Chance of rain only at about 20%. We up that to 30% on Thursday. Here comes that front. It stalls out. Doesn't really cool us off, but with the extra cloud cover, it'll knock our temperatures down to the low 90s Friday, and not even getting down to the 80s Saturday and Sunday, maybe even in the low 80s Sunday with that 50 to 60% chance of rain. Again, we could see a good 1 to 2 inches out of the system, maybe more, depending on how it plays out. Of course, we'll have updates for you through the week, and of course on the Facebook page as well, KSAN News, or facebook.com/KSAN News. But Mariah, some good rain chances coming in, which we all want. We all want that cooler air, and hopefully we can get it this time.
Yeah, I hope so too. I mean, the rain chances seem to have increased a little bit, haven't they?
They've increased quite a bit, up to 60 now. I haven't put a 60 in quite a while. I don't like putting it, but I'm putting it because it's looking more likely.
All right, thanks, Josh. Coming up next on KSAN News at 6, good news for last